Women act too nice to understand men's perception when dating. You have to understand that the only way a woman can calculate, frame a man, break him into different ways of understanding him internally is through acting nice. The only way a woman can break down any man and define him internally is through acting too nice and acting compliance in the front end game. Like, I have to act as if I am complying with Isaac's suggestions, opinions, for giving him what he wants allows him to be comfortable the way he sees the world. And when he acts in his own way and perception, I can finally see that perception through his own lens. Women need to understand a man's perception to know how to select and frame him. For that is the only way I can use to select and frame Isaac for my own safety. I am doing this for me. The recognition of how, I'm sorry about the lighting, just bear with me. I will work on this later on. The recognition of how to understand how you see the world will be through vision, through touching you, and through auditing. I have to audit Isaac and even touch him for me to see how he sees the world, because upon me touching him or auditing him, he will respond in a certain way, he will behave in a certain way, he will act in a certain way, and that response is what will allow me recognize how you see the world. That is why I always introduce the power of silence. Men who don't talk too much, men who don't comply easily, allows this lady to even invest in this guy. Why? Because she has to understand, why can't I frame him? He's different, he's complicated, and the reason is she can't screen you internally because you are not showing her your vision and how you understand reality. For your perception is the only weak link that she can use against you when dating. It's either a game, she can only know it's a game depending on which character you are giving her. So it's your perception of the world that will allow Mary categorize you in a frame that you belong or you don't belong, because your perception might be true logically, but how she understands the world, that is how men lie to women. She will question you in a friendly way, for that is the only way she can verify how she has already perceived and framed you. You know, in the front end game, a woman has already perceived you in a certain way through vibing and tonality and how your body language is. But she only needs to confirm how she has already framed you. You are the guy I can just friend zone. But upon auditing you indirectly and acting too friendly, finally I can frame you as an F-boy. But I am doing this so that I can know which guy is the right guy for this phase that I am prioritizing. Maybe my ex disappointed me and I don't want to heal alone. So the guy that I am supposed to entertain around is an F-boy. It has to convince me that he knows he is just an F-boy. Like, if you tell me, I just want us to know each other and maybe have fun and not take everything seriously too soon, she frames you as an F-boy. And can I entertain him if this face is a priority to me? Maybe I want a guy I can just friend zone and I am in a relationship. If I was not dating, I could have ended up dating you. Or if I was not married, I could have ended up dating you or marrying you. You came late. That allows Isaac to be friends with her. But that is the only way she can friend zone you, to show you that I am taken. But if I was actually single, you could have been the guy. But it's all a game. It's all a way of trying to gauge if you can comply to my demand. I want you, Isaac, to be friends with me. And I might decide to even F you. And you have to also comply to that demand. But be willing to accept that I am not here to commit to you, and you belong to your zone. Isaac belongs in this frame. Johnny belongs in the partner category, and he belongs here. The conversation that I will have with Johnny is not the same conversation I will have with Isaac. I will twist the conversation so that Isaac doesn't frame himself as a potential partner. But you won't know, because being in the moment, you only know that she's using this subconscious language, tonality, nuances, and vibes to select you so that you can belong in a category she wants you to belong. And you might not even be an F-boy, but she wants to frame you as an F-boy, maybe because you are a good fantasy for her. You might think that maybe she's just being nice by sleeping with you, when in reality, she knows you are an F-boy. To her own world, she frames you as an F-boy. Outwardly, she will convince you that you are a good friend. But putting you in the front zone category will allow you not get attached. For she wants F-boys or men she can just sleep with, not to get attached to her. When she realizes that you are getting attached to her, now she will turn minor disagreement into a major disagreement so that you can disconnect. For you not getting attached to her allows you to belong in the zone that she framed you. That is an F-boy. But she has to look for a way to go around it so that you know your zone, even when you are not actually a bad boy or an F-boy, but you can be an F-boy to her. Let me hope that is making sense to me. Women can only learn all this through acting nice, colliding with minor auditing. Like, I have to be extremely nice, but deep down, I am actually auditing Isaac. Now, remember, perception displays character. To women, perception is necessary for survival. Reality will just exist, and it's just a state of being. And it doesn't matter if that perception makes sense. Most women end up with men who are financially stable, right? That is just a perception. But there is also a reality of some women end up dating men because they are financially stable. So that is a perception. It is true, but it is still a perception. You can only know reality if you do research. And the some people can act in a certain way and you can have a certain perception. But we have reality, and reality exists in its own state. But human beings have their own way of perceiving reality. And women can only know men's character through how men perceive reality. She can only do that by being too nice, being too good, and learning how you behave and act. For that will show her your true character. Mary will offer to help. Reality is, she is offering to help, but you don't know the motive behind her trying to help you. How you perceive it, that is your world. You can only know reality if she has already done it, she's exiting. But even after helping you and exiting without feeling entitled or wanting something in return, it doesn't mean that Mary just wanted to help and she never expected something. Reality exists in its own state. And sometimes we never know reality, but we only know things depending on how we perceive them. And we might dwell in a perception that is not a reality. And we can forever live in that perception because we have never experienced reality that can allow us to question our perception. Now, perception arouses her fantasies. Most women are scared of reality. And logically, that is why every time you try into having a serious relationship with her, she turns the deal down because reality scares her and she just wants a fantasy. So I don't want to see Isaac doing certain things for a living, but I just want to see Isaac having money. For what he does is so hard. The way you treated her, she expects the same trigger, the same attraction feelings, the same intensity, the same chemistry. She expects that, for it is the only way she can fantasize about you. I will have to end up right there.